Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins, you said you were going to explain shedding.
Rainfall shedding. Okay. Yes, it's basically when the rain runs off from the rivers. It goes down into the creeks, into the rivers, out into the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, because I saw a lot of pictures on social media showing how the color of the water changed around the coast.
That's exactly what I'm going to show you. Let's go over to the computer right now. Let's talk about the rainfall from the hurricane falling into the rivers. So I highlighted all the rivers here in blue, at least most of them, right? The green that you see there are still flood warnings left over from the storm, and some of those were actually there even before the hurricane got here. But there's the track from Ian. I've been comparing it to Charlie. I almost said that. Actually, very similar track to Charlie. But the heaviest rainfall was along and just to the north of the track, 10 to 20 inches. We had folks in Pinellas that had less than an inch, 1 to 2 inches in Hillsborough, and obviously more the closer you got to the center. Same setup as you work your way south of there. But all of that water goes into those creeks, into those rivers. They swell. They're still flooded in many locations. They're all pouring down into the Gulf of Mexico eventually, right? All that water has to run off. You can see it here in the Fort Myers area, Port Charlotte area, even into Manatee County, water coming out of the bay. And you can see this from space because our water is so clear here. This is the 28th. That's where it was making landfall. Look at that eye wall right there. Made landfall obviously right there. Now, this is the 29th. Now, what I want you to look at, it's a little murky. You see the light brown tannish color here, right? Now watch the next day. Look at the dark water coming out here. See these plumes of dark in here? You can even see it coming out of the mouth of Tampa Bay. Look at the 1st of October. Look how much of it, I mean, just bubbling up. This is all the water shedding or running off into the Gulf of Mexico. This is October 2nd, October 3rd, and let's go out to October 4th. You can see just how dark that water is. I'm a spear fisherman, and there's a bunch of spearfishing group on Facebook want to know what the viz is like. I don't know what the viz is like. It's probably not good, but the water certainly is not good. That water quality is bad. And one other thing, and I hate to even bring it up, red tide naturally occurs out here. Right? This we know will have all kinds of stuff in it, oil, gas, just everything, sewage, even that kind of stuff, right? But also nutrients, and so that could potentially feed it. We have not had red tide up and down the coast. The last recordings that they did, the last tests that they did were about the 22nd, 23rd of September, so it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of months. Right now everything is good as far as that's concerned, but that could feed red tide.